The Conjuring, an extremely popular horror franchise that follows the most notable cases of the world's most famous paranormal investigators, Ed and Lorraine Warren, which of course you are probably well familiar with by now. But what you might not be aware of is the fact that what you see on screen is only the tip of the iceberg. The real stories of these cases are much darker than you might think. In the first Conjuring movie, we meet the Perron family, who move into their new home and begin to suffer extreme torment and even a possession whilst living there.
She's already gone. And now you're all gonna die.
Enter Ed and Lorraine Warren, a few scary scenes, and an exorcism later, everyone's happy, right? While this is a great setup for the film, the true story isn't quite as neat and tidy. So first of all, I'd like to talk about the spirit mentioned in this film, Bathsheba Sherman. Strangely enough, this woman actually existed, and her grave is present near the Perrons' property. There are debates on whether this woman was actually a witch or not, but as the story goes, suspicions of witchcraft started when an infant mysteriously died in her care, and doctors' reports state the cause of death to have been a wound at the base of the child's skull caused by a large sewing needle. This caused the townfolk to speculate that Bathsheba had sacrificed this child as an offering to the devil. The same type of wound was what caused Ed and Lorraine Warren to name Bathsheba as the spirit haunting the Perrons, as the mother, Carolyn Perron, stated that a few years back she had been lying on the sofa when she felt a piercing pain in her calf. Her daughter Andrea wrote in a book she would later release that the wound was in a perfect circle and looked as if a large sewing needle had impaled her skin. What actually happened to the Perrons? So the Perron family moved onto the Arnold estate in the year 1971 and started noticing strange things happening right away. It started with some missing items or strange sounds emanating from empty rooms, and the Perrons thought that the spirits were mainly harmless.
There's a girl.
As time went on, this all changed. According to Andrea, they started smelling rotten flesh around the house, and their beds would aggressively rise off the floor while they slept. After contacting the Warrens, the family had them over to the house on multiple occasions. Their most notable visit was featured in the film when Lorraine conducted a seance during which Carolyn became possessed, speaking in unknown languages and even having her chair float up from the ground. In an interview, Andrea claimed to have secretly witnessed this seance, and she stated, "I thought I was going to pass out. My mother began to speak in languages not of this world, in a voice not her own. Her chair levitated and she was thrown across the room." Although in the film we see Ed perform an exorcism, in real life he never even attempted one, and he stated that they must only ever be performed by a Catholic priest. After the incident, due to financial struggles, the family continued to live in the house, but in the year 1980 they could finally afford to leave, at which point the hauntings ceased and they were able to live in peace. So there you have it, the true story of the first Conjuring film. Got any other stories you'd like to know the real history of? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, like and subscribe for more paranormal content.